million. Crazy volume in this stock today. And you know what? The funny thing is I didn't trade it because there was no real valid strategy here. I want to point that out. There was no strategy here. This isn't a gap play, and I trade gas. But I'm going over this because first of all, because people got hurt in this today. Okay, no one that I know traded it, but I know of people that got hurt in this today. And it is so important to go over this kind of stuff because people that trade on a regular basis need to understand how dangerous it is to take kamikaze plays. Okay, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for a halt. You know what? This got halted twice. I saw it this morning. I said this is going to get halted, and I think it got halted within 15 minutes of me saying that. Then I sat and watched it all day. I literally just sat and watched it on and off all day after I was done trading. And then I went back and it got halted again. And I said, you know what? This thing's going to reopen like right before the close. And then it finally did. And it couldn't even, it just bled into the close. It just was ridiculous. What did people try to do in this today? People tried to buy this as climactic play. We're going to go over it, but the fact is there was no play in here that was valid except for the first 15 minutes of the day. I'm going to show you what the play was if you wanted to take it. However, that being said, you would have had to be watching it at the moment it set up, and why would you be doing that? Because the fact is, it wasn't a gap. Okay, it wasn't a gap. It just happened to be a downward movement that happened on news. There was no earnings on this today. The reason I have the daily chart up is because I want to go over something. I do not have a trading room, but I used to talk in a trading room now and then. And a couple of people, which is mostly just my friends, know that back when this happened, back here on July 10th, I told my friends that this was over for the stock. And when I saw this happen today, I said, oh my gosh, you know what? I should have shorted 1 million shares of this. I should have been a millionaire by now because I called this whole thing back here. Now, how did I know that this was over for the stock here? I want you to look at this chart. This is the chart of QCOR. December 10th. It's in a beautiful move. It's in an uptrend. Beautiful, 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 beautiful gap up. This is a bullish, professional bullish gap. And it never went under it. Just kept going. Another one happened here. Happy as can be. Kept going. This is just a pullback. Boom. Got another bullish cap up here. I mean, this thing just is on the move. There's no stopping this thing. Everybody's loving it. Everything is great. This thing broke out to all-time brand new highs on July 9th, which was 58.91. Brand new all-time highs for the stock. It never saw that number before until that day. Everything's fantastic. News came out on the stock this day, on the 10th. I did not trade it. I saw it happen. Okay, it was another crazy, crazy day, like today, but today was worse. Okay? And the point was, I said that it was over for the stock this day. Now, why did I say that? Because the stock broke out to all-time highs on July 9th. And this completely negated this entire move. And on top of that was a huge, terrible, detrimental move for the stock. So much so that I had said to my friends, this is like a professional bearish gap. Because it was so detrimental. Because that's what happens. When a stock has a professional bearish gap, which is the intraday strategy that I do, when that happens, it changes the direction for the stock. Sometimes it will last for days, and sometimes it lasts for weeks, sometimes it lasts for months, and sometimes it lasts for years. The point is they are devastating for the stock in its direction because they change the direction going down. And that's what happened here. I said to my friends, this is as if it did a bearish gap. Even though it didn't, it's as if it did because it was so devastating. The reason it was devastating is not just in the bar. I want you to see this. I want you to understand it. It's because it broke out to all-time highs. And the next day it crushed it. That's why I said it's over for this thing. So then I watched it. And I used to talk in a room. I don't anymore. And I said when I was talking in the room, you know what? If they can't get over this thing is dead. I was getting more conviction that it was over for this thing. Earnings came out this day, and look what it did. Came down again. All right, so fine. It came down. It tried to recover itself. It really looked like it was trying to recover itself. Then what happened here? This is the bullish gap. It gapped up over all of this. See that there? It clearly class, and if you get to know me and take my class and keep talking to me about charts, you're going to learn this stuff. You have to pick up on these clues. This is a bullish gap, okay? But look at how it ended the day. This is not a bullish bar. It opened up here, above this area of resistance. It rallied up and came in and lost almost all its value on the day. This is not a bullish bar. For a bullish gap, now, you have to understand something. Just because something gaps up doesn't mean that sometimes they're going to be red on the day. Sometimes they gap up so high that people sell out of their positions because they're up so much money, so they sell out that day, but then the stock continues higher. The thing is, though, this wasn't some crazy high up gap. This thing didn't gap up to $75, and everybody said, we're up so much money now, we're going to sell out of it. This thing gaps up $2. And for QCOR, that is nothing, okay? And it should have ran forever. And it didn't, okay? It did not. So here's, first of all, this is the clue. If you didn't see what I saw, you said clue, 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 another clue. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a bullish gap, but at the end of the day, it's bearishly. That isn't good. It is not good. You know what happened here? People that still had this stock that suffered through this, got out here. Okay, they said, you know what, we're going to get out here. Either they're down money or they're still up in it. They had held it all the way down here. They're up in it. They said, you know what, I'm just going to take myself out of this now. I'm going to let it rally up. I'm going to take myself out of this today. I'm going to get a better price here getting out of it than I did around here because I suffered through this. I'm getting out now here today. Now it rallied up and it rallied up. Here's another bullish gap. This is a bullish gap. It opened at 53.85. This stock closed at 50.29. That is the gap. Close down here, open up here. It's a bullish gap. It is a bullish gap. And look what it did. This is all this did. It just gapped into resistance. So more people sold out of it. People sold out of it that were still long it. Smart people, first of all, smart people would have been out of it, okay? But other smart people that didn't want to get out of it said, I'm going to wait for it to rally some more. They got out of it again today. So these were opportunities, even though they were bullish gaps, it should have meant a change in the direction up again, that people just took them as opportunities to get out at a better price because they were selling. This is not buying. This is selling. Okay? So there's another clue that there was a problem here. Now, again, I trade gaps. I you things about reading charts. So when you see these things, you don't get trapped in something that looks like a monster. Okay? So the point is that, you look for opportunity to trade, and you trade with this opportunity. This is not opportunity. This is danger. This is danger for anybody that wants to intraday trade. And also, if you own this stock, you should have taken some of these clues. Anywhere. You had 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 5 clues to get out of this position. So what happened here? Well, let's look at the bigger picture. You know what the stock did today? It came all the way down to here. All the way down to May of 2011. That is where it landed today, basically. It landed on a support level from May of 2011. And it just, every time it went under another support level all day today, it just kept going. It just kept going. $51.25. A perfect sell setup. Here's the thing. When you enter something like this, I'm going to show you where the entry was on this today, but at the entry price, you didn't know it was going to drop $30 today. But the point was, when you're in something and you play it and it gets halted, you don't keep replaying it, because there's a chance when something looks like this, it's going to get halted again. And you don't want to be caught in these things that get halted, okay? And exchanges are halting stuff that ends up losing your value like this. You have to be aware of that. And it's great to try to make money, but you're putting yourself at risk because stuff can get halted. So let's really look at what happened here with this today. So this wasn't an earnings play, and I think the news came out like right on the open or close to the open or something. And this is what it did. Here's the first bar of the day. The high is 50.62. 48. This is what I call a swoosh. We were talking about a swoosh earlier, something that opens as a hard, fast, quick, immediate movement down in the first 5 minutes of the day. This did it. Now, it wasn't an earnings play, but if you had been watching this and for some reason decided to watch it and you saw the swoosh, you'd know how to play it from taking my class and you'd enter it. So the point is, you got a clue right there that it was going to move today. Move and move down. So then you take the entry. Where's the entry on this? Here's the entry on this, right here. So you could have gotten a 40 cents plus the spread in this moves wildly. So the spread probably could have been 10 cents. Stop was 40. So your stop would have been 50 cents. That was a valid entry to take short in this today. Before you knew it was going to do what it was going to do. You could have done that. The only reason to do it was because of the swoosh. There was no earnings play in this. It wasn't a gap play. You know, you could have said it was a daily sell setup, but after the bullish gap had happened, you couldn't really say it was a daily sell setup because you can't be doing daily sell setups after bullish gap. They don't work right. The only reason to do this as a sell setup at all today was because you got a swoosh. You knew it was going to move down on the day and have a nice move, but you had no clue it was going to move like it did. So here was the entry on it if you wanted to take it. Now, when something moves like this, be prepared that something's going to happen because you cannot get piggish if you're in this trade and you decide to take it all the way up here, never knowing what's going to happen. You have to take your profit into this. It's some whole number. I don't care what it is, 38, 37, 36. You can look at the daily chart and pick a target, and we'll go back and look at it. But the point is, if you stay in this too long, you could get stuck in a hole. And I don't suggest people to do that. If you took this trade because you like the swoosh, fine. But once it starts to go like this, you got to say to yourself, I'm going to take my profit. And if it drops another $5, I don't care because I'm not going to get stuck in a hole. Okay? Here was the entry right here. 48.46. Stop over 48.88. And you have to put the spread. So anyway, the only reason to take it, though, is because of the swoosh, not because of anything else. It wasn't a gap play, and it's not a daily sell setup because it's a crappy daily sell setup. Because the stock really isn't in a downtrend. It's a mess. This daily chart is a mess. With this bullish gap and this bullish gap and this nonsense, it's a mess, okay? So you could have said that the target really was 47, but then during that first move, you saw it drop so hard. It dropped so hard in that first move that really could have said the target was the 200, 41.50. And if you said that was too big of a target, you could have said the target was, 40, right here, $40. To think anything too much past that, you're just, you can get caught in a hole, and you don't want to really happen. But as it turns out, the fact is the direction was down, and it was just down, 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 down. So there was no other entry in this that was valid to short after that because it got halted in the morning. And then after the halt, then it bounced, okay? And let's look at the bounce. So people were trying to buy in here. People were trying to buy in here because they thought it was down so much. At this point, it was 30.52. So people were trying to buy in here in a bounce. Why? Why? Does everyone see that this is not a bounce? People lost money doing this today thinking it was going to go climb or something. And then it did this here, 22.26. Was that the actual bottom? Yeah, it was. Then I'm sure people bought it here. If they bought it here, they made money. But again, these are kamikaze plays. How do you know it's going to stop at 22.26? How do you know it's not going to get down to 21.20? I mean, I just showed you where it went on the daily chart, which is an area. Okay, this is an area. But who's to say it wasn't going to go all the way down here to 1930? Who's to say it wasn't going to completely negate this gap that even happened and go all the way down here to 1735 or down here? When something runs out of control, and this is out of control, this is people that have a lot of money that went out, people that didn't get out of this here and didn't get out of this here and didn't get out of this here or here, they are out of this today. They have had enough, and they can't take it anymore. And every time it goes under a support area, more people are getting out. And every time more people get out, it pushes it down more. And every time more people get out, it pushes it down more. In fact, at the end of the day, this thing did another sell setup and came in and couldn't even bounce. I thought it was going to bounce maybe into the close. It did not even bounce into the close. This thing is dead. And it's probably going to be green tomorrow. It'll probably have a nice green bar tomorrow of some size. But the point is there is no strategy in this. And the whole chart said problem right here. It was all over for this stock right here, and even I was surprised when I saw this today that I called it as well as I did because I didn't take any swinger core trades in it. I didn't. Even I was surprised how good I called it. Only my friends know and the people in that one room. But the fact is, it's the chart. The chart was just telling me what it was doing. When something breaks out to all-time highs and then the next day it drops like this, it's over for the stock. That's not normal. That isn't right. Something's the problem. That isn't a good sign. Take the chart at its word. Don't question it. This is not a pullback to a 50. Okay? Yeah, a pullback doesn't look like that. A pullback to the 200 doesn't look like this. And it doesn't look like this. And there's no reason to buy it here. And I see no green in here. And I don't see any reason to buy it here. And I see no reason to buy it here. And there could have been a reason to buy it here, and we never got it. And people sold out again. And another problem, and why is it surprising? It's not. The only thing that's surprising is that they could have such a move like this, but this is what you have to know when you trade. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So you think you're all happy, you're risking $100 or $150, and you're going to buy a climactic play, and you're going to risk $100, and you're going to see if you can, get a $10 move out of it, and take 1,000 shares, and let it run up, and go back half the way up, or retrace 33% because of a Fibonacci, blah, 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 and you're going to make $10,000 risking 100. No, you're going to lose $10,000 because it is going to blow through your stop and run like the dickens. Why? Because no one's going to get you out of it. You aren't going to get filled, or the stock's going to get halted. Don't do it. Okay, there is no strategy here to do those things, and those are kamikaze plays, and I want you to save your money for real good plays. You know what are the real good plays? Gap plays. A gap play is a good play. A gap play is a play you can make several $1,000s on if you get the entry right, if you take my class. These kinds of things are asking for trouble. The only entry was the one I showed you. And the only reason to take it was because it did a swoosh. There was no other reason to take it. And you know what? If you learn how to do my swoosh play, you could actually build a whole trading plan around it. Because you would just get up in the morning, you would rate a gap, you would look for a gap that swooshes, or you just go to your scanner and look for something that has a huge quick down movement in the first 5 minutes, and you go look at it, and this would have popped up on your scanner, and you would have said, swoosh. Okay, wait for the entry. You wait till the trade sets and triggers, you take it, and you get a move in it, and you take your profit. And that could be a whole trading plan for someone. The only reason to take this was the swoosh. There was no other strategy here. It is an ugly daily buy, sell setup, and it's, it wasn't a gap play. And I just want people to understand why it is so important to look at the bigger picture of charts when you're trading. I don't care what strategy you do. If you don't want to trade gaps, if you want to do something else, it doesn't matter to me. But you should never trade something if you don't understand what's happening in this daily chart. If you can't read the daily chart, then please don't trade it. The daily chart is telling you everything. And this daily chart said trouble. Trouble in River City. Trouble. More trouble. And by the time anybody saw this thing, it had already dropped $10. Trouble. Okay? Trouble. You don't buy something when there's trouble. You are so lucky. I hope that you call yourself, you go home tonight and drink a glass of wine and say a prayer. You count your lucky stars. Don't do it again, please. Because it got halted twice today. Were you in it during the halt? Somebody just wrote in the message room that they traded and made money. You sure you can make money? You can make money doing 1,000 different things. It doesn't mean it's good risk to reward. You want to use your money for good risk to reward, okay? Because when you start using your money on kamikaze plays, it's like gambling. And we got to get away from the gambling. We can't be trading based on gambling because gambling doesn't result in consistent profits over time. You can't make a living for your career on gambling. You understand? So congratulations if you made money in this, because a lot of people got hurt. And I just want you to learn from it. And just because you made money today in this, if you took it and made money, please just don't think you should do it again, because you understand why the daily chart said, please don't buy me today. Okay. So anyways, that's enough of this QCOR today. We'll talk about some other things, but this is Melissa at thestockswoosh.com. If you have any questions, email me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. This is the QCOR today. I did not play it. I hope that you didn't, and if you did, I hope you did not get hurt. Thank you.